Chapter 170 of the One Punch Man manga has revealed what happened to Garou since his fight with Saitama and what his role will be in the story for the future. 3 words. Very controversial stuff. Firstly, when Garou was hit by Saitama's time travel punch, whatever you want to call it, he completely forgot all the secrets he had awakened since turning into a monster. Controversial reveal number 1. Moving on. Secondly, it seems as though his purpose for the future of the story will be the successor of Silver Fang as a hero. Meaning Garou will be a hero potentially in the future of the story. Controversial reveal number 3 is how his whole ideology has pretty much changed, or he has moved beyond all of that. Garou is pretty much the most favourite character within the One Punch Man universe. I think Garou has the most fans out of any character, so this is definitely going to be some wild stuff. However, we do have some good news, but before I get into that, if you're new to the channel Mysterious Weeb, welcome of course. If you want to be kind and hit that subscribe button, it'll be greatly appreciated, and I'll endeavour to release more One Punch Man and other fighting manga content here on the channel. Bang is now the father of Garou, or pretty much the father figure of Garou now in the story. That's pretty cool and wholesome. There were quite a bit of wholesome things revealed throughout this chapter. Garou mentions that he wants to actually have a fighting contest with the other heroes, mentioning that he wants to fight the heroes that he fought when he turned into a monster. For example, Bomb, Flash, Blast, and that weird bald guy Saitama. Thinking that he can reach some sort of awakening without turning into a monster this time if he was to fight all of them in like weakest to strongest order. So seeing Garou do that in a non-monsterized transforming way could be pretty cool. And as he does have that power within himself most likely, getting back to his former glory is a very likely possibility. Silver Fang seems to be in very good condition since an operation was done on him by the hands of Metal Knight, so he's still going to be relevant in the story for quite a bit and still be a powerhouse alongside training Garou, as current Garou is nowhere near as strong as he was during the Saitama and Garou fight, or even really during the later half of the Monster Association arc for what it seems. And it seems as though our boy Rover is still chilling around in the final panel where we see Saitama and Genos just chilling. So webcomic readers, you know what's coming next, but that is pretty cool. And I wanted to talk a little bit now about the direction the manga actually took regarding Garou. If you don't know, this is completely different to the webcomics direction, in the sense that Garou has done a lot more in the manga now compared to what happened in the webcomic. Webcomic Garou pretty much had that little waterfall scene we got this chapter, then disappeared for a while, and we see him pretty much working a everyday job, and then he has a fight with some of the other heroes later on again. Seeming as though he had changed, but not in the same way as it's directly shown and stated in this chapter. Kinda speedrunning Garou's development. I'm personally not the biggest fan of him losing all his power and kinda his ideology or motive changing quite a bit. Seeing him as a hero in the future would be pretty cool, and like becoming the successor of Silver Fang around the end of the story, maybe when Saitama is fighting God, he has a role in all of that. That could be pretty cool. The chance of like a mini tournament happening with Garou is pretty hype, but as a whole, I'm not too sure I like the direction they took Garou in the end here. Another thing regarding the writing itself is all the things Garou did as a hero hunter shouldn't really mean he would be forgiven, especially this fast. Of course, we don't know how much time passed since the events of last chapter, but it seems as though it wasn't really an insane amount of time. With it also mentioning that the heroes will give backlash of Garou becoming an actual hero as he was previously the hero hunter, but it seems as though that factor won't really be that important, and the main thing hinting at the future of the story is of course the higher ups in the Hero Association building up their forces in preparation for the great prophecy yet again.